So this is from a piece I've been working on called Kitab. We're pressed for time, so after we can talk more details. Okay. Who do you remember with your final breath? Lo, citizens of Andalus who pledge yourself to the teachings of the elders who receive our knowledge. Do you forget your warrior prophets? Would you remember Ashika? Did we not reveal his story to you? Ashika appeared when people rained destruction upon each other over language, over appearances, over natural variation. They spoke his name, but knew not who they feared. Were they not arrogant in their beliefs? Were they unaware of he who created matter from void, bending all to his will? No weapon rivaled his might. His breath transformed dirt into marble. His gesture laid waste to armies. He created your city from ash, naming you from the ancient tongues, from the words of the starbound. Can you forget his sacrifice? All that you know results from that which he was. Ashika the powerful, the just, the great, he who sacrificed his divine power to establish our method. O Ashika, do they fail to understand what makes their thirst unquenchable? Have they not felt the tyranny of limitless power? You tore your knowledge, your very essence, into two halves to save them, Logos and Tomos. Our elders built our path from your Logos. The tales of your past guide our future. We are entrusted to record the present, to enter physical space, to absorb the current moment, to remove personal bias from our kitab. O scribes, hold this kitab and objectively reflect on the affairs of our people, on the personal and the communal. Contemplate, observe, record so that personal sensation can be understood by all, absorb each moment, filter all bias. Remember, O smiths, students of Tomos, as scribes, our bond to you is eternal. We inscribe each blueprint and you craft each kitab. What can be precisely replicable in peace and some we have provided for you. Their creation you have provided for us. We are Ashika's mind. You are his hands. You build. We record through touch and only touch. Citizens, fear not our skills. Our craft serves you. We neither stray from our path nor submit to corruption. Never again will another possess both sets of knowledge. A lifetime required to master each of the two paths. To pursue both is to learn nothing. Your predecessors decided when the time came, as will your descendants and their descendants in turn. O children, if you wish to learn touch, a choice must be made. Gain will balance loss. Harmonious is the way of Andalus. Was this not so when you discovered your greatest disciple, a child devoid of memory, asleep upon your doorstep? She knew not who she was, nor fated to be. Orya. Her name was, no, my name is Orya, and I hear their voices in the wind. Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say. So this is from a thesis that I was working on for undergrad with a not so well-known guy named Neil Gaiman. And so what ended up being is Kitab refers to, if you're following Islam, my whole genre I'm trying to build up on is Islamofuturism. Kitab refers to book or the book. So the concept here is that there's a discovered artifact, and these are the recordings of that artifact. And so when I would read scripture, I was like, man, what happened if midway through scripture, the author was like, hey, I'm writing this. And so this is where the rest of the novel goes. Cool?
Awesome.